let's get to Gus Goosey out of Orlando, Florida. How do you pronounce your name, first-time caller? Gussie?
Gus. You pronounce it Gus.
Oh,
yeah.
Hey, Gus. G-U-S?
It's a tough one, right? It's a tough one.
Just G-U-S?
Anyway, yeah, G-U-S. Let's stop being pedantic about my name. I want to know what your research diet is like, because I'm watching this show. I'm watching you react to these world events, these terrible things. I'm watching you discredit young mothers. And, dude, respectfully, you're a bozo. So answer me. How much do you read per day?
Just the CNN morning updates.
So just the CNN morning updates, and you get online, you make your living regurgitating CNN updates. Is that what you're telling us?
No, I don't really regurgitate the CNN updates. I talk about what else is going on, and I just talk with people. And then
but you're like making your living at this.
Do you watch my show, or is this your first time catching my show?
Dude, I watch TV. I ain't got no time for you and your clown
well,
tactics.
Well, then how come you called?
Because I don't like you. I want to know how much you research.
Oh, not much at all. I
rely
on Dylan
That's all
Burns.
I want to know.
I rely on Dylan Burns and callers and chat and CNN. And a little bit of
I don't trust that Dylan Burns fellow. That's not a reliable source.
Yeah, I fight against Dylan Burns and CNN a lot.
Yeah, well, it's good to know that you're only coming at this with you're coming after a gunfight with like a fork.
So what do you mean I'm going after single moms?
You're going after single moms by trying to take money away from single women
because it's not their money. It's our money.
Victims of capitalism. Already twice victimized by capitalism.
And
you want to go in for the third round.
Are you a Dylan Burns fan, or you just came across my show? How'd you come across it in the world?
I told you, man, I watch TV. I'm a fucking TV fan.
Well, keep it clean.
All right?
TV
All right,
fan.
keep it clean. Okay, I'm going to keep it clean. You're going to potty up the world with poor mothers and malnutritioned public school children.
Yes.
But I'm the guy that's got to shut my face. Yeah, good one, dude.
Well, you don't
Why
have to shut your face. Why don't you go read a Bible? I read the Bible already once.
I don't think you did.
Well, just because
I don't think you read anything. I think you're lying all the time about the things that you know and the things that you don't know.
Well, the Bible says if a man will not work, he shall not eat. I think that might be why Dylan Burns is questioning Christianity a little bit.
Well, the Bible, if you haven't noticed, the Bible is pretty cruel, man.
Yeah.
It is not,
so
it's not a book. It's not a book meant to build a proper society.
If a man shall not work, shall not eat. If a child's going to school, the child's about to work. You go. I'm sure when you were 7, school was definitely work. Trying to figure out. I remember going into middle school. There's letters and math now. That's ridiculous. Who decided this? I wasn't consulted.
Well, dude, just because
they deserve to, if they're going to work, they deserve a meal, a school lunch.
They deserve breakfast, lunch, and like a little snack when they get out of there, honestly. They're the future of America, and you're starving them. You're literally starving the American dream.
No, the parents are starving them, if that's true.
With your little Bible quotes.
If they're starving, it's the parents' fault.
It's not the parents' fault if they're starving if they live in a food desert. Or if, their parents were
7-Eleven, they have apples and bananas, man.
7-Elevens aren't everywhere, dude. I don't know how you get out or where you put your feet.
There's 7-Elevens in the food deserts.
But some places there are no 7-Elevens.
Food deserts means all you have is fast food and a little bit of grocery stores.
No, food deserts mean you have to travel to go get stuff. They closed down all these Walmarts last month in rural America, and people literally have to drive 100 miles now to the other Walmart to get food.
But those are responsible people. You're talking about food deserts as if it's people in the ghetto and they have to travel to like another city because the people the crime is so bad that it's shutting down the businesses. It's food deserts of their own making.
Where does all this information come from? Did you get it from the CNN blurb in the morning?
No, CNN doesn't tell me the truth like that.
Oh, they don't tell you the truth, but you read lies every morning.
Well, facts.
And then you come on
that aren't necessarily that pertinent, but I have a little bit of common sense that crime
very little bit.
Yeah. Crime causes poverty, not the other way around.
What are you even thinking about? How does crime cause poverty?
Hake,
yes.
You steal from poor people?
For a second.
Yeah.
But
As
do you
an
really
ex-criminal,
think, you
I
don't
might
think
tell
that
you that
somebody
that's
has
not
ever
true.
committed a crime because they were hungry or poor, or that they were like, you don't think poverty at all pushes anyone to commit crime? It's the other way around completely. Just the crime falls and then poverty descends, like the cry falls upon the city.
We're speaking in general terms. So on occasion, somebody might steal an apple because they're hungry, or usually not Skittles. They usually steal Skittles because they're greedy. Go ahead.
I mean, like, if you're
what are you talking about, man?
I've been in communities. I remember my father, and I didn't live with my father, but my father lived in a community where there wasn't a lot of job opportunities for people who were up and coming. And maybe you could work at the corner store. That's something you could do. Maybe at the pawn shop, so you could take grandmother's old golden rings and sell them while she cries because she needs to maybe you could do that. But there's not a lot of good, honest work in the community, and so they see gang life, they see an opportunity to make quick money, and people think, it might not be right, but at the end of the day, I'd rather not be hungry, I'd rather have money in my pocket, and I'd rather be able to clothe myself than slowly descending in dignity and under in this environment. Definitely, since there's also not enough jobs to go around. As you just saw recently from the jobs reports, there's now less jobs than there are unemployed people. So that means for some people, they're going to just lose out.
But that's because there's so much crime. You're talking about all the, like, a lack of businesses. There's a lack of
crime doesn't just manifest. Poverty is one of many things that creates crimes.
No. Crime causes the poverty. It causes the destruction.
Do you think that if crime is what causes poverty, then why is it that those who engage in muggings and drug dealings and these types of crimes are largely poor people? Why isn't it like Bill Gates out of nowhere? If this is how crime happens, Bill Gates would go out there and start shoplifting. There are people who do this. There are some wealthy people do it, but it's largely concentrated in impoverished, poor communities, and it's largely poor people doing it. So I think there has to be a connection here, Hake.
There's a connection
between people joining the cowboys that are going to go cattle rustle and their farm being burnt down because now they have no option,
Because there's generations of criminals, and then there's and it just cause poverty, even not amongst just themselves, but one another.
Hey,
a lot of cattle rustlers back in the day
you have to keep
were
it clean,
people
man.
whose own farms had been victimized.
Right.
And then they, after losing everything, became cattle rustlers.
Yeah, see, crime causes poverty.
It was the crime. If you're saying crime causes poverty,
right.
But then the poverty, them being impoverished, helped create crime. It compounds each other. These are two things that are kind of, partners, if you will.
You're not going to.
How there's four horsemen?
You're not going to commit a crime because you're poor. You're going to commit crime because you're a criminal. In the spirit,
rich people commit crime.
Makes you more likely to be a criminal. It's one of many things that can motivate you to become a criminal.
If you have poor morals, then you're going to be poor in general. Sometimes you'll be rich. Oh, he dropped, and then sometimes you're going to be a criminal. But poor morality causes both crime and poverty, but the crime definitely causes way more poverty than the other way around. Nice.
I disagree. I think I do think that crime causes more poverty, but I think poverty is the first domino that then exponentially makes it worse, and then crime then makes it even worse because no one wants to be around a community filled with crime. That creates flight, which then takes away more wealth, which then creates more poverty, which then creates even less opportunities.
But you've taken the spirit out of everything. You're turning into one of those communist atheists type people who just act like it's like you're a victim of circumstance, whereas you could be.
I didn't say people are just a victim of circumstance. People have to take personal responsibility. But if there is a field of crops that get sunlight, they're going to be more likely to succeed than the field of crops that was grown in a cave.
You can't keep a good plant down.
In a cave, you can.